Hey guys, welcome back to Sports Bros. I'm back with Psycho Steve. Today we're gonna talk. We're gonna have a little baseball talk. We're gonna start talking about. But I want to hear Steve's thoughts on the Wilpons, insights, opinions, and I'm gonna listen and I'm gonna throw out some numbers to you. So let's hear what you guys say.
Ooh, there's so much information to start with, but I'll just start. Like, the Wilpons are ruining this team. We all know it. You know, he's going to come up with me with numbers. He doesn't think I know what he's saying, but he's going to be like, oh, they're spending money, but they're not really spending money. In the past, they spent money. They tried, and they failed because they always picked the wrong players. I believe that the Wilpons, the Ponzi scheme with
Bernie Madoff.
that was all set up. They knew exactly what was going on. I believe a lot of people believe that. I believe they got away with horrible criminal activity, and I believe the Mets are cursed for until they go. Just like Boston was cursed or whatever, with all that other stuff. You know, I don't know if I really necessarily believe in curses, but what goes around comes around, and everybody who buys Mets tickets, you know, and spends money on Mets merchandise, and as you can see, I don't wear no Mets shirt. I wore, I don't buy nothing.
Yeah, the crappy Giants.
Yeah, these are like 10 years old though, but I'm just saying, like I don't buy nothing like that anymore. No new Mets stuff, nothing. I will never spend a dime on the Mets game.
What about that Mets sweatshirt that's from 2015?
Yeah, that was I went. My brother-in-law took me for my birthday.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
that was actually the game Max Scherzer no hit us. You know,
Oh,
and
great.
it was freezing that year, and I bought that sweatshirt actually for my wife, but it fits me, so I wear it once in a while. But if I had other clothes, I'd wear them. You know, but I can't put a dime of my money into the Wilpons because all they do is screw every fan over. Every time anybody buys a ticket, they take your money and they try to find a way to win as cheap as possible. You know, instead of going out and saying, look, we're going to put a winning product on the team, we're going to put a good product on the team that our fans are proud of, that they want us to see, that they want to come and see, that they want to spend this money on. You know, how can you be proud of buying any kind of tickets to go see a team where their owners don't give a anything?
It's just diehard fans like me. I'm a diehard fan.
But
you know?
I understand that, but
It is. I admit
You're
it
giving
is
the
a waste of
they're
money.
robbing
It is
you.
a waste of money, but it's so hard.
You know,
It's hard for me
his
not to go
name's
to Met game.
Robbie, and I'm saying he's getting robbed, and there's no pun intended, but he's getting robbed. And anybody who buys, and I know because you love baseball, I love baseball too.
Steve, I want to throw out something at you first. I remember talking to Glenn, our boss.
Yes.
I remember when who was the former owner before? Who the Wilpons screwed over? What was his name?
Nelson Doubleday.
Nelson Doubleday. Do you know that Nelson Doubleday and I think at the Wilpons they were actually owning the team when they won the World Series in '86.
Yeah,
I'm
Nelson
pretty sure.
Doubleday had most of the control, and he's the one that had
But,
wanted Strawberry, Dwight Gooden. The Wilpons did not. The Wilpons screwed the Doubledays over, and I believe if you look it up, I don't know if they ever settled out of court, but years ago, Nelson Doubleday's children or grandchildren sued the Wilpons over the way the Wilpons
handled the situation.
pushed
Now,
Doubleday out of that team.
Now,
and ever since they took control of that team, what's happened? What's happened?
I just want to say,
It's
how
horrible.
can you say it's cursed? Meanwhile, they were already a part of the team.
I don't want to say curse because I hate saying curse.
Well, you said curse
what
like
goes
3
around
times
comes
already.
around. I know because that's the big thing when baseball.
To me,
curses,
so
I don't believe in curses, but what goes around comes around. What you put back comes back.
And here's the thing: at least the Mets have made the World Series twice. They should have
Twice.
made. They should have made it 3 times.
How many
Listen,
times have the Yankees made it in those?
the Yankees are a whole different breed, brother. All right, George Steinbrenner did what he's how much money he put on for.
Where do
all
they
right,
play?
all right, Steve. Now I'm gonna throw something else at you.
Same market, same money, same people.
All right, so you're telling me how much money the Yankees spend. Where do you think the Yankees are on the MLB payroll?
I would say they're in the top 5.
Wrong. Where do you think the Mets are?
I would say they were in the lower 5. You know.
Wrong again.
Okay.
All right, so here's the list. I have the Giants 21 million this year.
Okay.
Red Sox 206, Cubs 182, Nationals 180. The Mets at number 5, 173. I go down the list and I'll look at the Yankees, 161. Now, yes, you're right. They spend the money completely wrong.
The Mets had a 173 million payroll
Yes.
last year.
Yes, but that's not the Wilpons' fault.
Fifth in baseball.
Yes. That is not Wilpon. Now I agree. I hate the Wilpons. I wish they would sell the team. It is not the Wilpons' fault that how much money they spend and everything. That was bad judgment by Sandy Alderson. Instead of getting
Who do
Jay
you have
Bruce,
number 1 on that list?
the Giants. That's when they also traded for Evan
You're
Longoria.
wrong. The Dodgers have the highest. Where you have the
Dodgers are number 11. I looked this up, dude. I'm telling you. Trust me. I'm not gonna lie to you about
If
this.
if you find stats incorrect, text
Yeah.
the guy or something.
Let me
I don't
know
Let
because
us know.
I looked this up and this is what it gave me. This is the
Because
information it
I
spit
thought
out.
the Dodgers were number one.
No,
But-
the Dodgers.
and also salary payrolls that you look up sometimes they can be misleading. The Mets have a lot of money that is owed back to other players that they set back.
This
for
isn't.
longer
This
years.
isn't. This
You know,
isn't
it's still
including
paying
that.
Bobby. It does. It is. It's Bobby Bonilla every year. He's on that.
Yeah, but
the
he's
salary.
only making like $1.5 million.
Yeah, it's
something
still
like that.
$1.5 million.
Yeah, but that. Yeah, even if you minus that, dude, we're still this 15.
Who are they paying? Who are the Mets paying? Tell me.
Cespedes, Bruce, Todd Frazier. I gotta think of a few others.
They're
I
paying Cespedes say
30
$30
million.
million. They're
David
paying Todd
Wright.
Frazier $12 million. David Wright's coming off next year, so.
all right. Well, yes, but what I'm
And
saying.
they weren't paying him because they were getting the insurance money back for him. So whatever money was putting out was coming
All
right
right.
back
Either
to
way,
the
so
insurance
what?
pay.
Either way, so we'll, like, where I was,
Well, I'm just saying that's
no,
just named
you know
three
what?
players.
You're right, but
You know?
but here's my thing. What I'm saying is that
They don't
La-
pay
la-
DeGrom,
last
they
year-
don't pay Noah Syndergaard,
Now-
they don't pay anybody.
Steve, both of those guys, they're still under contract. DeGrom is going to get a deal. Wheeler's going to get a deal. Syndergaard will
Not
probably
from the Mets. Not
you're
from the
wrong.
Mets.
You're dead wrong. Brody ran. No, Wagenen.
No, he's wrong again. Brody Van Wilpon, because like I said before, Steph Wilpon wins the team.
Steve, stop.
Okay?
All right.
He runs the team.
He was the agent for 7 of the Mets, and I think he's going to be the one who gives them all the contracts. I think that DeGrom's definitely going to get a contract, and I'm excited to see him be a long-time Met. Do what you think, dude. Listen. They spend a lot of money last year. They spend it wrong. Instead of Todd Frazier, it should have went for Moustakas. Instead of Jay Bruce, it should have went for
I don't
Lorenzo
want
Cain.
Moustakas. There's too many lefties. You can't. I understand what
All right,
the Mets are doing.
stop, dude, stop. I understand what you're saying, but
You can't have a line full of lefties, man. You get dominated every time. They just throw lefties
Steve,
at you.
I understand that, and that's fine. But I'm talking about how players played last year. Lorenzo Cain was a better player than Jay Bruce was last year.
I would have taken Lorenzo Cain. I would. That was,
But-
Milwaukee made great moves. They got Yelich, Cain.
Yeah, they traded for
Why
Moustakas, traded for
couldn't the Mets?
Ryan Scope.
Why couldn't the Mets? Because they didn't have nobody to trade.
Well, here's
They
the
don't
thing.
have no
It's because
farm
they don't have
system.
no farm system, and
The only
they're
people
trying to build up.
only people they got to trade is DeGrom and Thor. After that, I mean,
That's all they're going to
and
throw.
Conforto. You can throw
So,
Conforto in
no,
there too.
no,
But since
I
he's
won't.
been injured and
So-
he had a little bad year last year,
All right, so we'll go off the
down.
Mets. We'll go off the Mets a little. Me and you have had a few conversations recently about Nolan Arenado. I'm a big Arenado fan. You're a
Yep.
big Machado fan. Now, we were talking about this a little while ago, and you're telling me how Arenado at home is such a big player. Now, I looked up the stats, and you're correct. Now, I wanted to look up Machado stats and the same thing, and I looked it up, and we were talking about this before. Arenado and Machado stats drastically dropped from average on-base percentage and slugging percentage. I mean, Machado's hits and RBI are very similar, home and away, but his home runs dropped from 99 to 69 career.
Okay.
Well, actually, I did this from 2013 to 2000 to now because Machado played for like a few games in 2012. So I'm not
Okay.
I'm not
Don't worry
I'm not
about it.
counting
That's
that year.
Okay, but now you said, what stats did you say were the same on at home and the road? Hits and what?
RBI.
Okay. What about runs scored? Do you have that?
I
stat?
didn't have runs.
Okay.
I told you
That's
I
fine.
have 6
So you
stats. I have
RBIs.
average.
What is the most important thing in baseball? Runs, and they're both the same at home than they are on the road. Now,
So-
what's the difference between Nolan Arenado's RBIs at home and on the road?
It is definitely a big difference. It's over
Okay.
100.
It's a very big difference. Colorado is, it's built that way, man.
But
he showed me the stats, and he proved to me, slug percentage wise and everything like that, they are similar. Obviously, Baltimore. Is it called
yeah.
Camden Yards or the new Camden
yeah.
Yards?
But
it's a very small stadium to play in, so he brought that point up to me, and I understand, but Colorado to me is Colorado, and I wouldn't want to take a chance on any Colorado player, to be honest with you.
So again, like I'm saying, OBT for all right. So we'll start at this. Arenado's average in Colorado and Machado. I mean, yeah, he had a short set in Dodgers. I'm still counting those stats though.
Yeah.
All right. So average, the difference was Arenado 263, Machado 268. OBT, OA was 318 for Machado was 317. Home runs difference, Arenado had 78, he had 69. RBIs was 260, 238. Now I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's a big difference between Arenado home and away,
Yeah.
but his RBIs are just as similar as Machado.
His RBIs?
Yes,
you
his
just said they were different.
No, I said that Arenado's home and away RBIs are different.
Yes.
But Machado and Arenado's away RBIs are almost exactly the same.
That's what I'm saying. That's what.
So
that to me, because he didn't get the runs scored, we didn't get the runs scored.
So all right, so then
and that's baseball. RBIs, runs,
yes.
runs. That's all that matters.
Yes, and now like we were saying is how like Arenado hits a lot more RBI in Colorado.
Yeah.
And you're right about that. But I'm saying is Arenado and Machado's are very similar. They're like literally exact.
No, not the RBIs.
Yes, you're wrong. Look, away, Machado 238 and Nolan Arenado 240.
Now at home, what's home?
Home is different.
What's home for Machado?
Machado is 248, 249
What's the difference in RBIs on the home and on the road?
for Machado.
How many? What do you got
11.
there?
11.
Okay, and what is it for?
Yeah, yes, dude, I
It's
understand.
because he played more games, so something happened. I think Manny Machado got hurt. His shoulder, something happened a couple years ago.
But also, he's played one more extra year than Arenado.
Yeah.
So I'm calling it a wash.
No, I'm not calling that a wash because that just shows that he's putting up the same RBIs, the same runs on the road as he is at home. Arenado is extremely different. How many
Steve,
136 more RBIs at home than on the road.
We're both. I'm comparing Arenado and Machado's away stats.
I know, but I'm saying
and they're exact.
No, they're not exact.
They're almost exact.
The RBIs are not exact.
Yes, Steve. Away, Arenado 240. Away, for Machado 238.
Okay? Well, how many does he? What's the difference at home for Arenado? How many?
I'm not talking about home. I'm talking about away.
These are home and away stats.
If we're both talking about Arenado, if you're talking about Arenado, how he's so much better at home, and I'm going to talk to you and tell you how I can make an argument that Machado is so much better at home, I'm going to bring out the away stats for both of them. We all know that Arenado hits way better in Colorado.
Yeah.
Anybody who hit fucking better. Look how great Charlie Blackmon, fucking JJ LeMahieu are. I understand that. You're frustrating me.
I'm not. Bichette, Galarraga.
Yeah.
Castilla.
Helton. All right, no.
Helton.
Todd Helton's a great player, though.
No, he was not.
All right.
Those were all Colorado numbers, man.
He's still gonna be Hall of Famer, bro. Because he had great stats. But again, we're also talking about Manny Machado's home. His home and aways are very, except for the RBI, except for the RBI and the hits, they're completely different.
Exactly.
But I'm talking about comparing Machado and Arenado's away stats.
But he's putting it in a hole. I'm putting in what I believe right now. The stats that he is showing the most important is RBIs. To me, in baseball, the two most important stats are runs scored and RBIs. You know, if you lead the league or whatever, and you have more RBI, you know that shows the kind of player you are. You're a clutch player.
So
if you like here, his stats, he's got 11 more. You said right?
But also like the
11 difference between away and home. Arenado is 136.
All right, Steve.
That's a big difference.
We're not talking about them going back to their teams. The reason why I'm putting away stats is because we're talking about them both leaving to two different teams. And if their away stats are very similar, they're very similar players.
But Arenado's not going anywhere right now.
Next year he's going to be a free agent. Machado's going to be gone.
So Machado, the Mets aren't going to sign anyway.
No.
So,
But what my point, I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
As a whole, their stats are very similar. You know, we know Baltimore, Camden Yards is a very small, a very hitter-friendly ballpark. They all are nowadays, except for Citi Field, of course. Which we had to bring the fences in because the Wilpons were so genius. Let's put a 16-foot wall in left field, 500 feet away, and we're gonna win games.
And let's make the gap in right field for Jose Reyes, and then we'll not resign Jose Reyes.
Not just Jose Reyes, for David Wright, who succeeded on hitting the ball into right center because at Shea Stadium it wasn't. And Shea Stadium was no bandbox. Shea Stadium was a...
it's a hard ballpark play.
When you make it, what was it, 415, 4-7? It was... Come on. The Wilpons again, thank you. Sorry, I got to calm down there.
All right, so last thing we're going to talk about is some of the free agents. Just give me a quick yes or no if you like them.
Yes.
Now, I put Grandal, Ramos, and Lucroy. I like Ramos. He's a good catcher. He gets a little hurt. Same thing with Grandal. Same thing with Lucroy.
No, I'll go with Lucroy. Not Lucroy. I'm sorry. Yasmani Grandal.
I would go with Grandal or Ramos.
But I'm not sure. Is Grandal a switch hitter?
Yes.
Okay, I'll go with Grandal.
Okay. I'm okay. I'm okay if one of those two.
I'm going with Grandal, and I'm going with Plawecki as my backup. and I'm
yeah.
giving Plawecki a lot of time to play.
So
Grandal's not playing every day.
Here's the thing why I don't like Grandal is he's not the great defensive catcher,
No,
and Ramos is. So that's why I
But
like Ramos
is
better.
older. Ramos is
only
injury.
Ramos is only 1 year older, and Grandal has had serious injuries too.
No, Grandal's I believe 30, 31. Ramos is 34, I believe.
You're definitely wrong. 30.
Ramos is 30?
31.
Are you sure?
You're thinking about Lucroy. Lucroy is 33, 34.
I know Lucroy's 34.
No, I'm telling you. Ramos.
So Ramos and
I guarantee you.
I don't want Ramos. I don't want Ramos.
All right,
I'll take Grandal first of all, just to switch hitting ability as a catcher. You know, and defense.
I think the biggest problem we had this year. Think about it. What was our biggest problem behind the plate this year? Was it the hitting or was it the fielding? We were letting have so much stolen bases in the beginning of the year. It was a joke.
But it didn't matter even the year before that. It's because those are the pitchers.
It's because it wasn't as bad.
That's Syndergaard. That's the way he's so tall and the way he winds. It was the same thing with the Dwight Gooden back in the day. Guys just would steal on base.
Dude,
and
these
you know what?
catchers.
Davey Johnson had a great statement when a guy said, "Well, what about all these?"
All right. Anyway, stop.
No. He was talking about Dwight Gooden and stolen bases, and he's saying let the guy steal all the bases. You know, he'll strike out everybody else. Let it work that way. You know, he didn't care about it. The guy needs his mechanics.
Listen, dude.
He has them. People are going to be able to steal. And does stolen bases in this game and this day and age even matter anymore? No, they don't.
You know why it does matter? You know why it does matter? Because if we're gonna let someone get a single, you might as well just give them a double, and then they're in scoring position. If that's gonna happen as much as it did last year,
strike out the next three, just like Davey Johnson.
Strike out the next three while he steals 2 freaking bases, dude.
Yeah,
we need a defensive catcher.
Let him be at second base. Stolen bases mean nothing anymore. They're nothing. It doesn't matter anymore. All you need is a guy that can stop pass balls. That's about it. Don't you dare rip those up.
I will, dude, because you're basically telling me that us giving up a fucking double because we're giving up a single is like isn't that big of a deal?
If you strike out the next 3, does it matter?
Doesn't right, dude? So you're telling me that we're gonna say, hey guys, you can let out singles, and we know they're gonna steal a base. Just make sure you strike them all out. That's not always gonna happen.
No, it's not always.
You want to try and fix the problem.
But again, he's putting it in as I'm saying this for every pitcher. I'm not saying this for every pitcher. I'm saying it for special pitchers.
So in the other pitchers, we're fucked.
And Thor. And Steven Matz.
Steven Matz is injured. He sucks, dude. He had a 5 ERA. What has he done?
He did not have a 5 ERA last year.
He had a 4-something ERA.
He had a good second half of the year, you know. But the guy's always hurt, you know. But he can. He's not good. He's lefty. He should be good at holding people on.
And dude,
DeGrom's good at holding people on.
And dude,
you know, you can't blame the catcher every time for every stolen base.
All right, first baseman. All right, don't even say a damn word of this. To me, they all suck.
Well, hold on.
Stop. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to say it.
We're still on the catch for a second. I'm Grandal, you're Ramos. Just so everybody knows.
All right. Okay, I'm pretty sure last time.
Now on to the next one.
You don't even have to do that, dude. Stop. All right, so first baseman, I put it as sucks. The only first baseman candidate I think that's actually good is Daniel Murphy. He can play first. He's a good utility player. The other candidates for first base, Hanley Ramirez, who's been injured. I don't know if he's going to make a comeback. Lucas Duda. Steven Pierce just
Lucas
resigned.
Duda, please. And stop stealing my... I was the one... He was arguing with me before we started the show that I wanted to put Daniel Murphy in as first baseman.
I told you that.
He's a better first baseman. And he played a full year for the Mets as a first baseman. And he's a very capable first baseman.
Steve, I told you that I was actually going to say that Daniel Murphy's a second baseman, but he can play first. That's the only person who probably could play first. I put it as sucks because I don't think there's any good first baseman candidates.
Yeah, but you said you didn't want to talk about it because you wanted to keep it as that. But that's fine.
You know why I didn't.
That's fine. You stole my idea. You know what? That's fine.
You know exactly why I didn't want to talk about Daniel Murphy from our conversation before. So shut the fuck up.
Privateness there. We can't talk about it. You know, PC. We got to be PC.
Yeah. All right. So now I'm going to list out the candidates because this video is way too long. All right. So. Second baseman Jed Lowry, all-star.
If it was my show, I'd say FPC, but this is Big Rob's show, so I'm just his guest.
Yeah, all right.
He's a good guy. Big Rob's a good guy.
Thanks, bro. So so some of the good players: Jed Lowry, Cabrera, LeMahieu, Dozier, Murphy, and Harrison. There's some pretty good second baseman candidates. It's just some of them are pretty injured.
Yeah.
Third base we have Moustakas. We had Donaldson on today, but just like a few hours ago, Donaldson signed a 1-year deal to $23 million Braves.
Can't believe it.
Listen, I can't believe it either, but it's a 1-year deal. It's a young team.
Lot of money,
They were number 27 on the payroll last year.
But I know, no, I don't even care about the money. I'm just so surprised that Josh Donaldson would take 1 year. I mean, what if he gets hurt again? He's never going to get money again.
Dude, no one's going to offer him a multi-year deal because he's been injured. He needs to prove it this year that he can still play. That's why. That is why.
If he plays good like he did before, which he won't because it's not Toronto. Atlanta's different. He'll play a good third baseman. And you know what? No. His shoulder's shot. He couldn't even play. He couldn't even throw it.
All right, so
and there's no DH. So what are they gonna do when he can't throw anymore? They can't even DH him. They got that. I think that's a bad signing. I really do think that's a bad signing.
So the reason why I think it's good is also because it's good veteran leadership, and like if he is healthy, then it's a great signing.
I don't believe in veteran leadership at all. I don't believe in none of that leadership stuff. Either you're a good player, you can play, or you can't. I believe in heart. I believe in heart. There's a difference between leadership and heart. Like David Wright throwing Thor's sandwich in the garbage. That's leadership? No. What? Daniel Murphy playing his heart out in the field. How are you coming up with that story? Because there are two things. You know, there's heart and there's leadership. David Wright thought that was leadership, and there's heart, like what Daniel Murphy put
When did he ever take his sandwich and throw it in the garbage? What are you talking about? That.
In spring training, Thor went during a game which he was done pitching in, and he wasn't going to pitch. Went into the clubhouse and started eating a sandwich. David Wright and at the time Bobby Parnell went in there and took Noah Syndergaard's sandwich and threw it in the garbage and said, "That's not how you do it. You got to be on that bench the whole game watching the whole game." If I was Thor, the guy is so big, I would have just smashed both their heads together and said,
"No, you're definitely wrong, dude.
This is the major leagues. I can do whatever I want."
Bullshit, dude. You should be with your fucking team. You think the bullpen?
In spring training?
Dude, I'm sorry, dude. You should be with your team the whole time. You think the relief pitchers who pitch like 70 games a year and they're sitting down on the bench for 90 games?
What if he had a medical condition that he had to eat at that?
Was there a medical condition? Was there a medical condition?
I don't know. Nothing ever came out.
All right, so stop telling me that. There's no medical condition unless you have some information.
I do know Noah Syndergaard is on a very strict diet where he has to eat at certain times, certain things, and that might have been part of the routine. And he might have already gotten the okay from the manager to go to the clubhouse to go do what he wanted to do because he wasn't pitching that day. It's spring training. I lost respect for David Wright that day, and screw Parnell.
That is the most stupidest thing I've ever fucking heard. Screw Parnell.
Where is he now? Screw him. What is the guy going to do? These two guys? You think you're going to beat up Thor? Get the heck out of here. Freaking idiots. That's leadership, and leadership doesn't do anything, man. You got to have heart. And Daniel Murphy was hard, and so I say bring him back to first base. Second base, he let your for Jeff McNeil. If you sign Murphy for first base, and you can't, I want Alonso up. To be honest with you,
he will be up.
He won't be up. I'm sorry, Mets fans. You know how it goes. It's about the money. So of course we're gonna wait till June. And he'll probably have a bad start at AAA because he's gonna be like, am I coming up? Am I not coming up? Blah 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 blah. Confused.
All right.
Big Rob here getting angry. I don't care, man. I got to speak the truth. This is the New York sports truth, and I'm speaking the truth, man.
Speaking bullshit. That's
no.
All right, so moving on, because I'm about to lose my shit.
BS. Well, don't lose your stuff on live
All right,
TV,
so
man.
Live, yeah, what for 20 viewers?
I don't care if it's 20. You know, you guys want to watch this, man?
I appreciate you guys watching, but this guy's a moron.
We'll brawl, too, man. We'll go at it live, man.
Yeah, pay-per-view. Psycho Steve, Big Rob.
We got to make a pay-per-view to make some money for that, man.
What, for 30 other people play for it?
Hey, if 30 people pay $20, man, I'll take it, man. You know, money's money, man.
Cheap war. All right, Manny. All right, so in shortstop, Manny Machado.
After the stats he showed.
Stop talking Manny Machado.
I don't mind it. I don't mind him and not getting him.
All right, so outfielders we have Michael Brantley injured, McCutcheon injured, Gonzalez injured, Harper. That's gonna be interesting. I'm very curious to where he goes.
Going to the Yankees.
No.
Yes.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
That's where
Phillies.
Bryce Harper wants to be.
He's gonna be
superstar.
He wants
superstars. Left-handed bat at Yankee Stadium.
He wants to make
and
the
that's
money.
where Daniel Murphy. Sorry, Mets fans again. That's where Daniel Murphy's gonna end up playing first base, and he's gonna hit you 300, well over 300 if he's healthy. You know, with 35 home runs, guarantee it. And Bryce Harper.
So
the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. If he goes to Yankee Stadium. Right field, sky's the limit. I don't know. You know, I know he's had some up and down.
They have said they were going to go for pitching over against someone like Bryce Harper and Machado.
Now that's where I come in because I think if that's the truth, because then there's really no free agents. They're all going to the Yankees.
Dude, they just traded.
Here's a trade.
They just traded for
Syndergaard. If the Yankees sign Murphy,
Steve,
what?
They just added James Paxton, an ace.
I know.
And
you don't think they want more?
Yeah, and there are some good free agents. Patrick Corbin, Dallas Keuchel, J.A. Happ. They might actually bring back Charlie Morton, Landon Gonzalez. They're not great players, but you got your ace, dude. They are not going to trade. They're not. I would love for the Mets to say, "Hey, Oh, wow, you won't give us Torres, you won't give us Andor, that's great. They are not going to trade crosstown rival. I'm done talking about that because it's never going to
I'm
happen.
not done talking about it. This is my
It's baloney even talking about it. It's never going to happen.
You're not cutting me off on this. This is it. The Yankees are going to sign Bryce Harper. They're probably going to sign Manny Machado. Boom, you got two of the best players in the league. They're going to sign Daniel Murphy. He's going to be at first base. Boom, another great player if he's healthy. All right? Now, you got Torres. They're not going to get rid of Torres because he's untouchable. But Miguel Andujar, if we could somehow... And if they sign Bryce Harper, you got to realize they have an extra outfielder. Now, they don't want to hold on to Giancarlo Stanton's money anymore. They want to let him go. You know that, right? There's already word about trading him. So why can't the Mets come up with a package? The Yankees want pitching. We need hitting. Thor, some prospects, if we have any, can find any. Maybe even throw Conforto in there. And you get back Andujar, and you get Giancarlo Stanton.
If we're trading Syndergaard, we are trading him, and we're getting players. We're not trading Syndergaard and players to get players.
I would trade Syndergaard, Conforto, and rookies for Miguel Andujar and Giancarlo Stanton.
That is way too much.
No, it's not. That's a great deal. First of all, I don't care that they're crosstown rivals. It works perfectly for both teams.
That is the most retarded thing you have ever fucking said.
How is that retarded?
We don't even have any prospects. We have some.
I know.
Some of the prospects we do have. We're going to trade them to get a crappy contract in Giancarlo Stanton.
A crappy contract? That's a good contract these days.
What?
Bryce Harper's going to get like a $400 million contract.
What has Stan done? What did Stan do last year?
Who?
What did they have? What the fuck did Stan do last year?
He hit 38 home runs.
Oh, great. Yeah, he put
in a new league. In the American League, where he's never played before. He doesn't know 38 home runs. He's not lefty at Yankee Stadium.
Dude.
Oh, man, I wanted him from the beginning. You bring him in here. You bring Andujar in here. And you bring Murphy to play first base.
It's never going to happen.
Oh, you would have a team, man.
It is never going to happen. Cashman is not going to trade the Mets.
You know what? Bartolo Colon is still out there as a pitcher. Bring him in to be a number 5, 6 guy. He's laughing.
Because he's never going to get...
No Met fan would laugh at that.
I love Bartolo Colon, dude, but he is not going to be in like a major team that's going to be winning.
He pitched pretty good for the Texas Rangers last year.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
Why not bring him in? All you can see is injuries on the Mets every year in pitching. Why don't you get rid of Thor? Because Thor's going to get hurt. It's just a matter of time before he's going to need Tommy John, and he's never had it.
They're going to trade...
DeGrom's proven. He's good to go. That's the only number that you got DeGrom, and then who else you got after that? You got Steven Matz, if you made
Wheeler.
that trade. So I'm saying you'd have to bring in Cologne, and then you got to look around. What are the free agent pitchers?
Moving on. So for the last we have for relief pitching.
Starting pitching.
We already talked about that.
No, what?
We literally just listed all the starting pitching. Relief pitching.
We didn't any free agent starting pitchers we didn't talk about.
I talked to you about when we were talking about the Yankees. The last 20 minutes.
You said that they got Paxton.
I said they got Paxton, and then I listed the rest of their free agents who were starters.
Okay.
That they could possibly get for another player when they also had Paxton. So going to relievers, there are some pretty good relievers out there. I mean, Mets, I'm hoping they get some. Octaviano, he pitched really good on the Rockies at a hitter's ballpark. Jeurys Familia, I do not want him back.
No.
Robertson, I would like Robertson. Yeah. Soria, he's okay. Kimbrel, they would never do that. I would love for that to happen.
Of course they're never going to do it. Why aren't they going to do it? Why aren't they going to do it, Rob?
Jesse Chavez.
Big Rob, why aren't they going to bring in Kimbrel?
Because he's going back to the Red Sox.
Why aren't they bringing him to the Mets? Why will Kimbrel not play for the Mets?
Because they're not going to pay him.
Why? Thank you. Okay.
All right. So
sorry, Mets fans.
Jesse Chavez,
I'm a Mets
Zach
fan too. I'm
Brin.
a Mets fan too. I'm just sick of it. That's all.
Zach. Oh my God, dude. Zach Brin, Jesse Chavez, Andrew Miller. I know you don't like Andrew Miller. DH, we have Cruz and Gaddis. To be honest, like last
Cruz, I'll sign Cruz. If you're gonna trade Conforto, you can bring in Cruz too. He's an outfielder. He can play outfield. He's not just a DH.
We're not trading these guys. We're not trading Conforto.
Why don't you? You wouldn't trade Conforto and Thor to the Yankees for Andujar and Stanton?
No, because you're giving him.
Not a Met fan.
You're
man.
giving him too much.
Win.
It's a retarded thing, dude.
It's not a. It's perfect deal. If they sign those players, which they will.
Right. Not only is it retarded, it will never happen because Brian Cashman...
It will happen because of what happened this year with the Yankees and Red Sox and how the Red Sox dominated. And the Yankees aren't going to have that again.
They are not going to trade Andujar to the Mets.
If they get Bryce Harper, Machado, and Murphy, yes, they will. Miguel Andujar will be tradable, and so will Stanton. Because they'll have too many outfielders and too many infielders. And they will be traded. And then guess what? The year after, guess who their third baseman is going to be? Guess
Okay.
who's the next year? Not this year, but the year after. Guess who the Yankees' new third baseman's going to
Who,
be?
Arenado?
Yes.
Dude, they're not going to spend money like they used to with George Steinbrenner. I'm telling you.
Wait for it. It's about to happen.
Yeah, dude, they're going to spend money. They're going to be smart. But they're going to keep their young talent. They're going
The
to fix their
Yankees are
starting
going to be
pitching.
back on top, man.
All right, man.
Too much
This
success.
is a long segment.
It was a good segment. You know, it's just good that we both love the Mets, both of us. Both good guys, you know, both work at the same place, and we have our disagreements of how the organization should be run, you know, which is fine. And there's 100, I'd say millions of Met fans out there that know, you know, that we don't all agree, but we're all Mets fans.
All right, guys. I really appreciate you guys watching this. Please like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.